Well, greetings from wherever you are tuning in from all continents of the world. Welcome to you, all the participants, the supporters, our speakers from all communities, all nations, and all continents. Welcome to Leading Edge Impact Youth Forum. And we are glad that you have joined us on this beautiful Saturday. And we want to extend a very warm welcome to you. My name is Margaret Ellis, and I'm so honored to serve as your host for the November Leading Edge Impact Youth Forum. This forum is brought to you by Global Youth Leaders Network, headquartered in South Africa, in collaboration with Coaches of Influence Foundation, headquartered in the USA. The two organizations have a vision, and this is our vision: to empower and the valuable population of our world, the youth, through teaching, training, and the sharing of wisdom on this platform. Our topic today is Be the Solution. Be the solution is our topic for today. Be the solution. And we will continue to center our dialogue on the UN 2030 Global Agenda, specifically Sustainable Development Goal number 8. We are ready to take off. And I want you right now, wherever you are, to grab a friend. Share this link on your platforms. Invite your friends and invite everyone. Grab your cup of coffee or tea or water, because we are about to go live right now. And we are inviting our first performer from the great nation of Mexico. Mexico in the house. Where is Karen Bastida? Karen, are you ready to take us in the air? Are you ready to take us in the air, Karen? Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Are you ready?
All right, Karen, can you greet our viewers in Spanish and in Portuguese? I want you to set this place on fire, Karen.
Yeah, sure. Hola amigos, ¿cómo están? Espero que se estén divirtiendo muchísimo e que se la passen muito bem. Oi, gente! Nossa, eu estou muito grata por estar aqui e eu espero que tenham ótimo tempo aqui conosco, tá bom?
Woohoo! Somebody is Mexico in the house. Is somebody here from Brazil or Portugal? Are you here? We want to hear from you. Karen has just greeted you. Karen, you live in Mexico City.
Yeah, I do.
You are 21 years old. And Karen, you volunteered to live in Brazil for a year to teach people there some basic life skills like kindness and love. And Karen, you are currently a student and you love to travel with your sister and meeting new people. You love to sing and play the instruments like piano, guitar, and the ukulele. Yeah. Wow, Karen. What are you going to perform today?
I'm going to play I'm Yours by Jason Mraz.
All right, Karen, we are all ears. We are ready for you. Take it away.
Okay, thank you. I melted, fell right through the cracks. Now I'm trying to get back. Before the cool don't run out, I'll be giving it my bestest, and nothing's gonna stop me but divine intervention. I reckon it's again my turn to win some more, learn some, but I won't be, 'cause I take no more, no more. It cannot be. I'm yours. Well, open up your mind and see like me. Open up your plans and damn, you're free. Look into your heart and you'll find love, 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 love. Listen to the music of the moment, people dance and sing. We're just one big family, and it's our God-forsaken right to be loved, 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 loved. So I won't
goodness. Oh my goodness, Karen. What an incredible performance, Karen. This program is for young people like yourself. And today we are dialoguing about how this population, which means the young people, how you can be the solution to our world. And Karen, from your biography, you told me that you have traveled to another nation to serve, and now you are back home in Mexico. So, Karen, can you tell all of our viewers, how are you being a solution in your generation?
I think being a solution is part of helping others, you know? Like when you have a talent or anything, maybe a skill, you need to share it because that's the way our youth, right? It's going to grow and it's going to be the solution. We can be the solution for this world. And that's what I think. I think if we do what we need to do to be a better person every day and help others to be better, I think that's being the solution. So that's what I'm trying to do every day, trying to help others and be a better myself, you know, be a better person myself.
All right, Karen. Karen, thank you so much. That is profound. We are grateful, Karen, that you are here this morning. It's morning for me. I believe it's morning also for you. We are grateful that you are gracing us with your presence and for lighting up this place with your beautiful melody. Karen, we thank you. Karen, don't go anywhere. I want you to stay backstage because we would love to hear more from you.
Okay.
All right, Karen. Thank you so much. Thank you. Viewers, are you there? Is anybody from Mexico in the house? Why are we not getting comments and stars and thumbs up for Karen? Karen has just represented the entire nation of Mexico, all the youths of the world. Karen have just represented them with her talent. Viewers, if you are here, we would love for you to send some love, send some love, send some love. Thank you so much, Bernadette. Thank you, Bernadette from the Gambia. Thank you for appreciating. Thank you, Jacob from the Gambia. All right, we have Gambia in the house. Where is Mexico? Where is USA? Ghana, are you here? Where is everyone else? Thank you, viewers, and welcome to Leading Edge Impact Youth Forum, brought to you by Coaches of Influence Foundation, headquartered in the USA, and Global Youth Leaders Network, headquartered in South Africa. Listen, we have just taken off, and I promise you, it will be a ride worth all of your time. I want you to invite a friend. I want you to share this link with your friends on social media. I want you to grab your notebook. I want you to grab a notepad, iPad, tablet, whatever you need to write with, because you will need to capture some notes. And as we welcome our first speaker, also from Mexico. This is why I need Mexico to say something. Mexico, are you here? I want you to connect. I want you to comment, because the next speaker, our first speaker today, is also from Mexico. If you are in the house, Mexico, make some noise and make your presence felt right now. And we are ready to bring our first speaker. And our first speaker is no other but Dora Isabel Gonzalez Ayala. Dora, are you here? Dora, are you ready for us?
Yes, do you hear me?
Yes, Dora, welcome.
Thank you in this place of virtual room, but it's a pleasure for me to be part of this forum, important forum to discuss and talking about of youth and the position of youth in the world, but it's part in the SDG 8 that we need to think about this SDG is because in this pandemic have a truly situation, a difficult situation in the world, in the health, and the other is the most problem that we have is precisely in employability. No, and well, in Mexico City.
All right, Dora, I want you to give me a moment so I can introduce you to our viewers. They want to know who you are.
Perfect.
And I have some questions to ask you, and then you can tell us more about SDG 8 and what is happening in Mexico.
Of course. Mm-hmm.
Dora, but before I introduce you, do you want to say something in welcome our viewers from Mexico? Do you want to say something in Spanish?
Yes, some things in Spanish.
Go ahead.
Okay, bueno, I pass in the Spanish. Bueno, en este caso agradezco mucho la invitación. Como persona integrante de parte de la Ciudad de México, lo que estoy trabajando en este caso en el país, pues es por dos lados. Por un lado es la firma global, el Faro Luz y Ciencia, y por el otro es el Centro de Gobernanza y Cooperación Internacional. Ambos trabajamos de la mano con la academia, con la Universidad Nacional Autónoma de México, la UNAM, y por otra parte, con el sector público, ¿no? Que particularmente me he especializado en lo que es el área legislativa, parlamentaria, y que hemos buscado la prioridad con la juventud. Uh-huh.
Gracias, muchas gracias, Dora. Dora, I want to introduce you to our viewers all over the world. You are the president and founder of El Faro Luz y Ciencia and the Center for Governance and International Cooperation. You are a professor in one of the universities in Mexico. You are also the founder of El Faro Agenda 2030 magazine, and you have been recognized by National Association of Broadcasters with Golden Laurel for your incredible work with SDGs. Dora Isabel Gonzalez Ayala, welcome to the platform of dialogue.
Thank you, muchas gracias.
Thank you,
Representando
Dora.
a México, que esperemos que esté cada vez más cerca. Uh-huh.
Gracias, Dora. So, Dora, the topic of discussion today is Be the Solution. And you will center your discussion, your presentation, on quality education and how it can serve as a conduit to a world of impact and solutions. Dora, you have done a lot of work on SDGs, and you have been recognized for your contribution in this regard. So the first question I want to ask you, Dora, is, in your view, how do you think SDG 8 can be strengthened in our current context? In your view, how do you think we can strengthen SDG 8 in your current in our current context?
Okay, well, I talking about in English, but to talking about this SDG 8.
Uh-huh.
So I pass. Bueno, en estos casos, considero, sí, y es algo que vamos evaluando con un poco de lo que existe en los resultados que nosotros estamos encontrando derivado de la pandemia. Sí, la pandemia ha generado una serie de consecuencias, no solo como una emergencia sanitaria, sino también como una emergencia social y económica. ¿Sí? O sea, it's truly a problem on social and an economic problem. And in this problem, the employability is a first point of view that we have in the agenda to have or increase or control the poverty and the increasing of gaps in the world. No? So in this case, for example, I can see, I keep point in the view the position that the job have in this trouble, in this trouble of employment, and have the environment. This is of the part of the governance and the important work that have the sector public and private sector, so public sector and private sector, in working about to have the conditions to be employability adopt with the new reality. In this new reality, have, for example, the increasing of use of digital agenda, digital issues, digital competitions, and the other side, we need a perfect education and include all the sectors and all conditions in different sides, for example, urban and rural environment. Creo que este es, por ejemplo, lo paso también un poco al español porque nos están escuchando de ambas partes, pero creo que estas son las dos partes necesarias. Necesitamos nosotros trabajar por las nuevas condiciones y realidades que nosotros estamos llevando alrededor del mundo, generando competencias, o sea, entonces es competencias, es decir, estas habilidades para que las personas puedan trabajar en los medios digitales. Ese es por un lado, ¿no? Y que la juventud debe comprender que la nueva realidad que nosotros vamos a encontrarnos, ciertas habilidades que nos enseñaron en la universidad, va a requerirse trabajar con ello, pero también es un trabajo mano a mano de gobernanza con el Estado, ¿sí? O sea, el Estado debe tratar de controlar estas inestabilidades que pueda existir para un trabajo decente, y por el otro lado también la disposición del sector privado. Algunas veces las empresas olvidan que existe no solo la necesidad de ingreso, ¿no? Sino que debe haber una responsabilidad social y trabajar mano a mano. Puede haber pérdidas, esto es muy seguro, el gran porcentaje de las empresas actualmente han tenido pérdidas y puede ser muy sencillo considerar que se despida a la población, ¿no? Que haya un despido masivo, porque eso es lo que nosotros acabamos de darnos cuenta. En cambio, pues tiene que tratarse de disponer de disminuir efectivamente los ingresos, pero mantener la estabilidad y las condiciones que nosotros tenemos en la realidad de nuestro contexto. Así yo lo englobo primero, esta primera pregunta en eso.
Gracias, Dora. Gracias. If you're following, please stay tuned. Invite a friend. We just had over 100 people join us right now. We have more than 100 people watching you right now, Dora. Dora, I'll go to the next question. SDG focuses on education, the SDG 8. It focuses on education, training, and employment. What role do you think what role do you think that the institutions play in consolidating the conditions of employability?
Well, the role of education of quality is elemental in these questions. And I also say that the role of the academic, specifically in the academic universities, including high school too, the vision that have, for example, in these institutions, and the persons that we part of these institutions, professors and other group of researchers, they need to have a hard work in found the best way, the best way to have a better conditions of this SDG 8 and employability with the perfect qualities. Creo o considero, por ejemplo, la academia en estos momentos sigue teniendo un rol tradicional, a traditional role, a system and traditional system, y este sistema tradicional no está condicionado a la realidad que nosotros nos estamos encontrando, ¿sí? ¿Qué va a provocar esto? Que si nosotros no estamos añadidos o trabajando con lo que está exigiendo las nuevas realidades, los nuevos caminos, lo que va a provocar es que no, las personas que vayan a egresar, ¿sí? Difícilmente van a tener una solución. And this education could be in two parts of competence to have better conditions for ingressing in the world of work, and the other part of a conscience like a citizens, global citizens, to have a old conscience about the problems that we have in the global world, in the global and international system, and to do new ways to solve this, ¿no? O sea, las personas hoy en día tienen que entender que somos ciudadanos globales, ¿sí? Y esto tiene que ver con la Agenda 2030, ¿no? 2030 Agenda. Debemos nosotros trabajar juntos, o sea, estas personas, aparte de tener las condiciones y las cualidades necesarias, que tiene que ver mucho con lo digital, que tiene mucho que ver con los sistemas que nosotros estamos encontrando, igual deben de comprender que no solo va a irse al trabajo y nos vamos a empalmar en una sola visión, en un solo rol, sino que debemos de ser multidisciplinarios, y sobre todo que en cada trabajo que nosotros realicemos se debe de llevar a cabo a favor de los problemas globales, porque lo que sucede del otro lado del mundo nos afecta a nosotros, o sea, afecta y genera problemas, ¿sí? O sea, es lo que nosotros decimos una frase, que el voleteo de una mariposa genera un huracán del otro lado del mundo. Y entonces nosotros tenemos que trabajar en ambas partes. Creo que ese es el rol de la academia que debe tener para generar una educación de calidad, ¿sí? En ambos sitios. Y por lo tanto, pues debe empezar con los académicos. The professors need to work about better competence and better forms of learning, ad hoc with the Sustainable Development Goals, and the other side about the qualities in digital agenda, health agenda, and the emerges to have a new reality after this pandemic. Okay, I just say these two options. We have two options, or not pass and generate troubles around our employment, or transform this problem, have opportunity, thinking this condition, this context, like an opportunity to transform the way to have education of quality. Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much, Dora. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Dora Isabel Gonzalez Ayala, representing Mexico. Dora, thank you so much for your service to your nation and your service to the young people. And thank you for sharing your knowledge with us today. We want you to keep working, keep influencing, and making a difference. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you for sharing with us, Dora. We appreciate you. Can you all send Dora off with some hearts, some love, some thumbs up? Thank you so much, Dora.
Thank you. Me too.
If you are just joining us, welcome to Leading Edge Impact Youth Forum, brought to you by Global Youth Leaders Network, headquartered in South Africa, and Coaches of Influence Foundation, headquartered in the USA. This platform is a well. I want you to stay connected, stay tuned, stay alert, connect, share with your friends, invite somebody, grab your notepad, grab whatever you can write on. Get ready to be inspired, get ready to be fed. This platform is a well of knowledge, and it's a well that you can draw knowledge from. Here we shed light, we share knowledge, we dispense wisdom, and we challenge you to think about the role that you need to play to be a solution in our world today. The topic on the table of dialogue today is Be the Solution. And this topic, again, is inspired by UN 2030 Sustainable Development Agenda, and specifically Sustainable Development Goal 8. Our next speaker is a voice of influence from the continent of Asia, Mohammed Atikur Rahman. Are you in the house? Are you ready for us, Mohammed? We are ready for you. All the way from the continent of Asia, representing the entire continent, is Mohammed. Mohammed, we are ready for you. Mohammed, we are ready for you. All right, if Mohammed is not coming yet, let me go ahead and introduce him to you. Mohammed, let me tell our viewers about you and your wonderful work. Mohammed, you have a career and a business, and you are also a brand manager in charge of brand marketing for Runners Motors Limited in Pakistan. That is where
in Bangladesh.
In Bangladesh. Thank you. Yeah. And you worked with Georgia Foundation and VOB Volunteer for Bangladesh, where you provided education to less privileged children. And you acquired your higher education in Malaysia, but you return home to Bangladesh to fulfill your social responsibility of serving your nation. That is so applaudable, Mohammed. You could have stayed there. I am here in a foreign land, and I know that it takes courage to study and go back home to serve your nation. Mohammed, welcome to Leading Edge Impact Youth Forum.
Thank you, Dr. Margaret. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. We are ready to dive in with our topic today, be
Sure.
the solution. And you will center your discussion on career planning and preparation for the youth and how it can position them to be a solution in our world. Mohammed, the first question I want to ask you is you have a career and a business. How important is it to choose the right career path as it pertains to career planning and preparation? The importance of choosing the right career path. Talk to us about that, Mohammed.
Thank you, Dr. Margaret. So, first of all, I would like to mention that around 50% of the people in this world are youth people who are 20 to 30 years old. So, either these people are either a student or a young professional. So, when you are a student or young professional, what you do is you vision yourself like after 20 to 30 years, what you're going to do or what you will be in the future. So it is really really important in this young stage to make yourself understand that what you would do or what you would like to do in the future, what you try to be, what you would like to be as a person, or how your career would be in the future. So first of all, it is very 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 important to choose your career in the right path when you're a student or when you're a youth. So you are choosing work that you will likely become an expert over time through education and experience when you're picking your career, right? So as a young professional, this is always important. You would like to know for yourself that what you like to do. The way I would speak is like, I know that I we can talk about bookish stuff, but the most important thing is how people like me or my younger age or the people who are youth, how they would like to set up their future. So my advice to them is they need to figure out what they actually like to do. It's like when you are creating a career for yourself, you need to know what you like, unless you wouldn't enjoy yourself. Like for me, I always have a fascination about branding and marketing. And I have seen all those advertisement, I have seen all those Facebook posts that those big brands market themselves. So I always like to see these kind of stuff, and I'm really interested to do marketing stuff and brand communication. So that's what make me interested and make me drive myself toward this marketing and branding segment. So this is how important it is to choose the correct path to your career as a young professional.
Thank you so much, Mohammed. You nailed that response. Mohammed, you studied in Malaysia, like
Yeah.
we just shared, and you return home to Bangladesh, where you are building your career today. In your experience, how can a young person prepare himself or herself for for the work environment following graduation?
That's a great question, Dr. Margaret, because this is the thing. I have seen people struggling in the work environment just because they are not prepared enough for the work environment. But first thing we need to understand that if young people like me want to go outside in a work environment to work, first of all, we need to know how we are selling ourselves. Like we need to be a professional person to be in a work environment, but how you can prepare it as a young person. There are a few points I would like to mention. First of all, create an impactful CV. That's what I think. Every single time when you're going somewhere, you're presenting your CV or a resume to a company or to a manager, he will see that, and that will be your first impression, that how you are presenting yourself to someone. That's one of the basic main thing that people need to do to building themselves in and present themselves in the work environment. The second thing I want to mention is people of young age need to take advantage of the technology. Right now, nowadays, we have internet, we have LinkedIn, where we can connect to different people, where we have career advisors who can actually teach us a lot of things, and we can learn a lot of things as a young professional from them, from the LinkedIn and other career coaching services we can have, YouTube and everywhere. Another thing that I would like to mention is networking. As a young professional and you put yourself in the work environment, trust me, you do need networking a lot. So in your young age, during your university time, try to engage people, try to talk with different people, try to understand how professionalism works. That way you would understand how you put yourself in a work environment, because when you are in a work environment, you are not there just to work, you are there to create an impression to other people, the impression that will actually make a change in your work environment. That's how you stand out from the rest of the people. So networking is a great thing to have and to understand. Another thing I would like to mention is professional skill. You are in the work environment and you are there working, you are actually selling your professional skills to that company or to your boss. That's how you are creating the change. That's how you are creating an impact to your work and get your jobs done. So professional skills is one of the main thing that's going to help you a lot to prepare yourself in the work environment in the future. I would just like to mention, nowadays we are going through a tough time, we are going through the corona situation. So some country, those people are in the lockdown or they're sitting in their home, but young people like me all around the world, some of them I have seen, these people, they took online courses, they are trying to learn new stuff. These things really really help as a young professional, and these kind of things really help them to prepare themselves for the work environment. One last thing I would like to mention, uh, doing voluntary work and doing internship, the thing you like, the sector you like, try to do an internship there or try to do a voluntary work there, would boost your confidence a lot. It will teach you how to be in this work situation, how to make yourself ready for the future. So I think these are the things that will really help our young professional to prepare themselves for the work environment.
Thank you so much, Mohammed. You know what? I love your response. I hope that you
Thank
young
you.
people are listening. I would like to see you commenting. I would like to see you sending your questions, sending your feedback, because Mohammed just gave you a whole toolbox full of tools that can prepare you for the work environment. And you are right, Mohammed. We go through school, and we have these young people go through school, and they have the highest degree. They graduate with cum laude and summa cum laude and the best GPAs, but they are not prepared for the work environment. They don't have
Exactly.
people skills. They don't have the other skills that are needed so they can compete in an interview. So
True.
this is what Mohammed is saying. Don't just put all your eggs in one basket in school. Whilst you are in school, set some time aside to groom yourself. Set some time aside to prepare. Set some time aside to be professionally ready. So when you go out, you may not have the work experience, but you have knowledge. And it's not only
Exactly.
knowledge from school. It's not only science and social studies that you studied, but this is, you have people knowledge. And I think people knowledge is important. And that comes, Mohammed says, from networking. That comes from building professional skills. It comes from volunteerism. It comes from internship. This is how you build yourself up and ready for the career. Mohammed, guess what? We have more than 250 people from different parts of the world watching you right now and benefiting
Awesome.
from your responses. So we will go on to our third question. SDG
Sure.
8, Mohammed, focuses on solving the problem of youth education, training, and employment. What is the relationship between skill development and career planning? Why is it important to develop our skills?
Dr. Margaret, that's a great question, because this is how we differentiate ourselves from other people in the work environment. Skill building. The moment when you step into your work life or when you want to do something for yourself, it doesn't have to be work environment all the time. You can be an entrepreneur. You can set up your own business. Everything you do, skill is the key. Skill is the reason why people will listen to you, people will hire you, people will buy stuff from you if you do your business. So that's the thing, that's the key. So building skills is the single most important thing when you are planning your career. And the skill, I differentiate the skill in two different ways. First is hard skill and then soft skill. the hard skill, actually you can grow things in yourself over time. You can learn new things, right? You can do training for different different other topics. You can learn something new. Even it can be outside your work environment stuff, something you really like, that will help you to enhance the set of skills that you have. And another one is soft skill that grows in you over time, and it's in you, it stays in you. It doesn't really change over time, because this is something you grow up as a person. So that includes timeliness, then that includes the effectiveness of your work, your behavior, how you talk, how you present yourself to other people, and make yourself understand that what you really want and really want to do in your work and your career. So hard skills and soft skills, two most important thing to build your skills when you are in the work environment. But first of all, I would like to mention, you really find out which skill that you need to master, because one people doesn't know everything, and it's impossible for them to learn every single thing. So these people need to understand what they really like, what they're really interested in. So once they figure out that what they really want to do in their life, they need to understand that what are the skills that these people need for their future, for their career, and if they want to do their business or their own thing, they need to learn that. And these are the things, once they will have these skills, it will be really important, and it will be really impactful for their career, for their business, whatever they do, voluntary works. One thing you mentioned just now, that there are so many people are graduating high school and the university, but those people are not ready to be in the workplace, because these people graduated, they have the knowledge, but they don't know how to implement this knowledge in a proper way, so that this can be really impactful for their life. So developing systems for learning these skills are really important, and this skill building can be very impactful. And one thing I mentioned before, that the corona situation, that corona crisis that we're going through, this is the time when people can build new skills. If people waste this time, I think that's a big waste of the time in their career. This is a huge opportunity for us. Yeah, we can be in the lockdown, we can be in the situation that we are not going to work or the school, but this is the time, because right now we are using networking, we are using internet, so we can learn a lot of things online that we can use in our future and in our career, in our business, whatever we do. So I think that's a very important thing to do as a skill building in the career preparation.
Mohammed Atika Rahman, you are a patriotic citizen, and you are
Thank
an
you.
asset to Bangladesh. You are an asset to the continent of Asia and the entire world.
Thank
You
you.
are a whole lot of motivation, a bag of motivation and extra. Thank you so much, Mohammed, for joining us on this platform of dialogue. And we wish
Thank
you
you.
all the best in your career. And we hope to see you soon. And we keep inspiring people of Bangladesh. Even as you're done speaking, invite the young people, invite them to connect, tell them to join online, because this is a well where they can draw knowledge from. Thank you so much. We appreciate your time.
Sure, Dr. Margaret, can I say one some last words in my
Sure.
language for my people?
Go right ahead.
ওকে, সো আমরা বাংলাদেশি, এবং আমরা যারা আমি জানি না আমাকে আপনারা দেখছেন কিনা, আমাকে যদি আপনারা ফেসবুকে বা লাইভে দেখে থাকেন, আমাদের ইয়ং জেনারেশন যারা আছে তাদের কাছে আমার একটাই কথা থাকবে, আপনারা নিজেদেরকে প্রিপেয়ার করুন। আপনারা ইউনিভার্সিটি গ্রাজুয়েট হতে পারেন, আপনারা হাই স্কুল গ্রাজুয়েট হতে পারেন, বাট এন্ড অফ দ্য ডে আমাদের বাংলাদেশে সম্প্রতি দেখা যাচ্ছে যে আমাদের জব অনেক কমে যাচ্ছে, এবং আমাদের এক একটা জবের জন্য অনেক প্রচুর ক্যান্ডিডেট আসছে একটা জব আমাদের নেওয়ার জন্য, এবং সেখানে দেখা যাচ্ছে আমাদের ছেলেরা জব পাচ্ছে না। একটা জিনিস, আমরা যদি সেই স্কিল বিল্ড আপটা করি এবং আমাদের মধ্যে যদি সেই স্কিল গুলা গ্রো করি, বিজনেস হোক, চাকরি হোক, যেখানে হোক, আমরা নিজেদেরকে ফ্লারিশ করতে পারবো। এবং আমাদের দেশে যে ইয়ং জেনারেশন যারা আছে, যারা এখন বেকার বা যাদের চাকরি নেই, তারা মানে বিভিন্ন ভাবে নিজেদেরকে গড়ে তুলতে পারে, সেটা চাকরি হোক, সেটা ব্যবসা হোক, যেভাবে হোক, বিভিন্ন ক্ষেত্রে আমরা নিজেদেরকে গড়ে তুলতে পারি, আমরা নিজেদেরকে ফ্লারিশ করতে পারি, এবং সেই ক্ষমতা আমাদের আছে। সো আমরা যাতে পড়াশোনা শেষ করে যত চাকরিহীন না থাকি, আমাদের সেভাবে সামনে এগিয়ে যাওয়া দরকার, আমাদের স্কিল বিল্ডিং করা দরকার এবং আমাদের সেই সময়গুলো কাজে লাগানো দরকার যাতে আমরা নিজেদের মধ্যে স্কিলগুলো বিল্ড করে সেগুলো নিয়ে আমরা কাজ করতে পারি। থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ, থ্যাংক ইউ ফর ইয়োর টাইম, ডক্টর মার্গারেট, থ্যাংক ইউ ফর গিভ মি দিস অপরচুনিটি to talk in this forum. I hope these people who are listening to me, whoever is listening to me, at least I can help them in some way, even a bit. So yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mohammed Atikar Rahman. We appreciate your time. Thank you for being here, and see you soon.
See you soon.
Thank you, viewers, and welcome again to Leading Edge Impact Youth Forum, brought to you by Global Youth Leaders Network, headquartered in South Africa, in collaboration with Coaches of Influence Foundation, headquartered in the USA. Right now, viewers, guess what? Let me give you a little motivation. We have over 375 people logged in right now, and we are only 40 minutes in the program. And we have more than 375 people logged in right now on different platforms. And we have different countries also represented here. I just want to give a shout out to Congo, DR. Oh, you are here. Nepal, Burundi is in the house. Kenya is in the house. Egypt, the Gambia, South Africa, and Mexico. And this is from a few minutes ago. So we know that more people are here. We know that Bangladesh is here because Mohammed just spoke, and I know Mohammed invited people from Bangladesh. So this list is growing. We have seen in the past few months since we launched this platform, we have seen more than 40 plus countries logged in by the time we finish. We have seen well over thousands, 10,000 people on the platform with us, 6,000, 5,000 whilst we are here. So stay tuned. You are in the right place. You are in the right place, and we are still continuing the conversation around the topic of the day, which is Be the Solution. This topic is inspired by the UN Sustainable Development Goal number 8, which focuses on education, training, and employment. We are deep in the conversation, 40 minutes in, and each speaker is sharpening us even more. Before I welcome our next speaker, we are going to enjoy poetry recital from a very dynamic lady from the continent of Africa. Is Dora Wintero in the house? Dora, where are you? Yay!
Yeah.
All right, Dora. I hope
I'm here.
All right, good. I hope your internet connection stays good. Dora, you are a proud citizen of the nation of Ghana, and you are a corporate and events performer in poetry.
Yeah.
Yay. You also write scripts, and you create stories for films and filmmakers.
Yes, I do.
In fact, you are the scriptwriter and producer. You are the scriptwriter and producer for the movie My Maternal Pain. Dora, welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome. What is the title of your poem today?
I want to say something. I want to recite a poem on peace, because among all the things that we are doing, if you don't have a peace of mind, if you're not well settled around you, you can have the best of skill, but if you don't have peace around you, you can't exhibit it. I enjoyed the previous speaker, Rahman. He do anything. And also in my country, the election is coming up, and so I just want to say this. And the poem is entitled Unsung Words of Peace. These are the words that peace wants us to hear. And then it goes this way. Peace is unseen, away from touch, far from physical, yet a priority. Take me for granted, keep me in your mind, protect me like your own, show me to the docks, spread me like the mat that you can step on. But during or after the storm, you will seek me. These are the unsung words of peace. I am far from pride, many things I play hard to get. But if only you calm your nerves like the sea at peace, you will get to understand I pave ways for progress. Entertain my presence, leave me singing to deaf ears, or not while I last. Sooner or later, there will be a choice at your doorstep, where everyone has got power. Your colors or me, your tribe or mine, your religion or the universal laws of nature, your ego or your destiny, your greed or a sense of fulfillment. It all depends on us. These are the unsaid words of peace. Accept me or be against me, crave me or hate me. But like the rains, my absence and presence will tell a story, good or bad, whichever. At the end of the day, each root takes a stand, says the soothing voice of peace. Rejoice at the end, or recall the catastrophe. You may have exposed the fragility of peace in exchange for an interest, self or on behalf of the masses. My voice remains like the stroll of the cotton. How can I struggle over the loud voice of Hima, one who is his own enemy and betrays his own heart, who speaks towards the north at sunrise and to the south at sunset, who chooses his own voice over what gives him sound sleep and despises truth even at the tick of time before his last breath. Unseen, away from touch, far from physical, I remain a priority. Take me or leave me, during or after the storm, tattered or smiling, intact or teary. You will seek me. These are the unsung words of peace. Thank you very much. And peace is crying that you should hear its voice, because
All right, Dora's device just froze, but it froze at the right moment when she has already completed her poem. Peace is crying out. I'm telling you, SDG 8 and any other SDG, the UN, the entire UN 2030 agenda cannot flourish in the absence of peace. Young people, you cannot be the leaders you are called to be. You cannot rise up and take on the baton of leadership. You cannot lead this world if there is no peace. So wherever you are, seek peace, young people, and don't allow anyone to use you for their own agenda. Don't allow anyone to use you, to invite you to strikes, invite you to destroy your nation, to destroy what is yours, what is your inheritance. But seek peace. Peace is crying out. Seek peace, young people, because you are the solution. And we are counting on you. We depend on you, young people, to lead this world and to be the voice that the world needs. Thank you so much, Dora. What a brilliant presentation. Wow.
Thank you.
So, Dora, quickly before you go, I just wanted to ask you, what is your inspiration for poetry?
My inspiration for poetry is that poetry is prophetic, and poetry tells you about, it inspires you, it motivates you. Poetry puts you on your feet. Poetry is more like a God's message. You know, it's a tool for positive change, and it just reminds you that, hey, you need to be on your feet. You need to listen to the voice of nature, and you need to listen to the voice of God. Don't do evil. Poetry always preach. That's my motivation.
Wow, wow, wow. I have never heard anyone describe poetry that way. Dora, we are so glad to have you on this platform today.
Thank you, and
Thank you so much.
I'm so happy to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. Viewers in the house, we have more than 300, at least about 400 people now in the house. Please send Dora off with some love. Send her off with some thumbs up. Isn't she amazing? Was that not an amazing performance? Thank you once again, all of you viewers, for joining us today. The Leading Edge Impact Youth Forum is presented to you by Coaches of Influence Foundation, headquartered in the USA. In collaboration with Global Youth Leaders Network, headquartered in South Africa. The dialogue still continues with the topic, Be the Solution. The topic is derived from UN Sustainable Development Goal number 8, which emphasizes on the importance of education and training to position the youth for employment. And let me just give you some more motivation. of how many people are in the house with us. And we have Bangladesh in the house. I told you that Bangladesh was here. We have USA, of course. I am in the USA, and I know a whole lot of people from the USA are logged in right now, are tuned in. We have Ghana in the house. We just heard from Dora, so there is no way Ghana is not represented. We have Mexico. We have South Africa, the Gambia, Egypt, Kenya, Burundi, Nepal, Congo DR. We just hit 400 views, I've been told, and we are counting. We are only 51 minutes into the program. We have 3 more speakers, and at this point we are already at 400 viewers. So this number is growing. Countries are coming. Everyone keep sharing. Tell your friends we are live. Tell them to come to the well and draw water, the waters of wisdom, the waters of life, the waters that will position everyone who is listening to be the solution. This is where you need to be on this Saturday. You need to be here drawing. You need to be here drawing, because we are supposed to be a solution to our world. And we cannot be that if we're not equipped. We cannot be what we anticipate to be and expect to be if we are not developed, if we are not a well of knowledge. So come on, invite somebody. Our next speaker is a trendsetter representing the United States. Everybody in the house say USA. Somebody send some love. USA is in the house. And we have Roger Boissy is representing the USA right now. Roger, where are you?
I'm here, Margaret. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
How are you?
Roger, welcome to the platform.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Roger,
By the way, I live in the US. I represent Africa. I'm from Senegal.
I am about to say that. Don't steal my thunder. All right, Roger. Roger wants to make it known that he is originally from the great nation of Senegal, representing all of Africa. But Roger, you have lived in the USA forever. So today you are representing 2 continents. You are representing America and Africa.
Let me just represent Africa.
There you go. Roger, you are the president and CEO of GAP Consulting, and also the president and founder of Stand for Africa, where you train and develop youth in all the French-speaking countries in entrepreneurship and sports. Roger, you are the chairman of Texas West Africa Chamber of Commerce, where you and I serve together. And you are also an international leader because you served as president of African students in Morocco. You also served as president of Senegalese students, and even served as program Inspire Generations of Quebec. Oh my goodness, I want to be like you when I grow up, Roger. That is international. Roger, I welcome you to the platform of dialogue.
Thank you so much, Margaret. Thank you, Dr. Margaret. Thank you for having me. I am very, very delighted to be here and to be among these amazing panelists that we've listened to and these performers. It is truly an honor for me to be here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Roger. And you will be sharing deep insights about entrepreneurship and how it can serve as a solution for not only for all continents of the world, because you are presently in this work with young people, like I said, in all the French-speaking countries in the world. You in Africa, all the French-speaking countries in Africa, your organization has presence in those countries, and you are training young people and developing them in entrepreneurship. I'm just glad to know you, and I'm glad to be serving alongside you at the Texas West Africa Chamber of Commerce, and I'm just excited to be serving alongside you, working this journey of developing young people around the globe. Roger, there is a lot of talk about entrepreneurship in the youth arena. And many organizations offer programs and training in entrepreneurship. Many people consider themselves and others trained as entrepreneurs. But in your experience, Roger, how would you define entrepreneurship? In other words, what is it?
To define entrepreneurship, I think I can describe it by using 2 words: problem solving. So it is very important, because when we talk about problem solving, we're talking about the purpose. And I believe that a purpose should be the foundation of any company. Every company should have a purpose. So for all the youth out there that are interested in entrepreneurship, they should ask themselves, in order to find their purpose, do I want to become an entrepreneur just because it is trending? Everybody is talking about it because it's cool to call yourself an entrepreneur, a business owner? Or do I actually want to become an entrepreneur because there is a problem that needs to be solved, right? I think by asking those questions, they can find their purpose. And a purpose is very important. It's actually your motive, and that's something that's going to set you for success. So in a few words, without trying to go to a long speech, I believe, in my opinion, that an entrepreneur is someone that has the ability to determine a need, to identify a need, and who's willing to take the risk to build a company that's going to fill the need, just in a few words. That would be my description of entrepreneurship.
That is profound, Roger. You hit it right on the nail. And you told us that literally, if entrepreneurship is what it is, then everyone is not a candidate. If entrepreneurship is what you just described it, then people need to learn the skill. And everyone is not born an entrepreneur. So how then do we determine, Roger, if someone is entrepreneurship ready? How do we determine this? You're on mute, sir.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, first of all, I would like to say that anybody, any young man or woman, regardless of your background, regardless of your nationality, your country, your race, your current situation, the situation of your family, can become an entrepreneur. So now, is every youth entrepreneurship ready? I think for that, every youth that is interested, they should assess themselves by asking a few questions. So the first question they should ask themselves is, am I willing to take a risk? Because they need to understand that entrepreneurship is, before everything, is a risk. And that is something they will have to deal with throughout the whole journey as an entrepreneur. They're going to be having to take risks, to take tough decisions, and that's something they need to learn and get prepared before jumping into entrepreneurship. So the other question they need to ask themselves is, am I willing to put in work? Because they need to understand also, it takes hard work and dedication. It doesn't happen overnight. It's not that easy that you might think. And also patience is very important, because if you look at most of the greatest entrepreneurs in the world nowadays, the people we're talking about, if you're talking about Jeff Bezos, if you're talking about Jack Ma, the founder of Alibaba, those people was patient. So if I take, for instance, the example of Jack Ma, for the first years of the operation of his company, they didn't make profit at all, but they stick to their vision. They believe that in the long term, in the long run, it's going to pay off. And it happened. Today, Alibaba is one of the greatest e-commerce platforms in the world. And I think patience is very important. If you take the example of Amazon, same thing, long-term vision. It is very important. You just have to have your vision and work towards your vision, your goals. And also, like I said again, be ready for all the obstacles that you might face, because you're going to be facing a lot of obstacles throughout your journey. So the other question they should ask themselves, am I willing to invest in myself? Am I willing to work on myself? Because they also need to know that entrepreneurship is also about learning. It's also about reading books. It is also about being curious about things, figuring out stuff, and improve yourself intellectually and be ready, prepared, have all the capacity to become a great entrepreneur. That is very important. Am I willing to learn new skills, to be able to come up with a powerful business model with all the elements of your company? So we talk about a great value proposition. We're talking about, do you know your key resources? Do you know your key partners? Do you know the cost, the channels that you're going to use? So all those elements is something that you need to learn. Are you willing to do that? Am I willing also to learn some new skills to come up with a powerful business plan that's going to help me understand my market, know my niche, understand my clients, who they are, their age, right? Their demography, who they follow, what they like to do, in order to come up with a powerful business marketing plan. That is very important. Am I willing to learn about the competition? Because any entrepreneur have somewhere a competition. Do I know my competition? Do I know their strength? Do I know their weaknesses? Do I also assess myself in order to know my own weaknesses and strength? Do I know my company well enough to know its strength, its weaknesses, its opportunities, and its threats? So all those components are very important. So if the answer to all those questions is yes, then you are ready for entrepreneurship and you are all set for success.
Thank you so much for that profound response. So what I got from your response is that even though entrepreneurship has become a flagship program in many nations, it has become a flagship program in many youth organizations, it does not mean that every young person can be an entrepreneur. They have to go through the list. They have to be very prepared. And those who are not called to be entrepreneurs, we want them to plug in and be an employee. We need some people to be employees. All of us cannot be employers. All of us cannot be entrepreneurs. But those who are ready, we push them forward. And those who are not yet ready, we encourage them to build a career somewhere. Thank you so much, Roger. And the last question I have for you, Roger, is that the topic for today challenges every young person to be the solution. And it is derived from Sustainable Development Goal number 8. So, Roger, how can we utilize entrepreneurship to build a sustainable world?
Well, I think entrepreneurship is really impacting the world in a very in a strong way. It's changing the world. So that's something that we need to acknowledge and know that it is a fact, right? So earlier we talked about problem solving. So entrepreneurship is solving a lot of problems around the world. Mostly some problems that are related to climate change, helping lower carbon emission. That is very important. If you know all the disasters that's going on around the world because of climate change. So that is very, very important. So I also believe that entrepreneurship is, like I said again, creating jobs. And according to the International Labour Organization, since 2008, so 50 million of jobs have disappeared. Entrepreneurship nowadays is creating a lot of jobs. So which is creating a huge impact because it is shown that every entrepreneur is creating at least one job. And we know that for this world to be sustainable, people need to have a decent job or have their own company to be able to live in a very decent way, to be able to take care of themselves, provide for themselves. And that entrepreneurship is helping bridge that gap. Entrepreneurship is also helping connect people around the world. So today, if you take the example of Facebook, if it was that hadn't been for the efforts of a brilliant student from Harvard University, Mark Zuckerberg, who came up with Facebook. So Facebook allowed nowadays people to be able to connect around the globe. People are using Facebook to advertise. People are using Facebook to brand their business. People are using Facebook to find their friends they haven't seen for years. So it is definitely connecting people. Skype. We also talk about knowledge. If you talk about Google, Wikipedia, all of those was created by some young entrepreneurs who have vision and he believed that they can add value to this world and make the world a better place to live. So those are the things that entrepreneurship is doing and it's helping to change the world.
Thank you so much, Roger Boissy. We thank you for joining us in the dialogue today and for pouring out your heart. I hope that young people grab their notepads. I hope they capture some notes from you. Keep on keeping on, brother. You know I'm always proud of you, and I am cheering for you. I am right there by your right-hand side, working in partnership, lock in steps, hand in glove, and together we will change the world. Thank you so much, Roger.
Thank you so much, Margaret. And I'm really proud of you. And I want to encourage the beautiful work that you've been doing along with your organization and your partners is very important. And I also want to thank, like I said again, entrepreneurship. Because of entrepreneurship, we have today a great lady behind this entire production who's doing an amazing job. So I just want to acknowledge Nadia and thank you for being great and for being very professional. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Roger. That was Roger Boissy, originally from Senegal, representing both Senegal and the USA today. Welcome to the table of dialogue. If you're just joining us, this is Leading Edge Impact Youth Forum. Maybe you are new to this platform. Maybe this is the first time you're connecting. Let me tell you a little bit of who we are. This is Leading Edge Impact Youth Forum, a platform, a well of knowledge, a place that we gather every month. We bring speakers from different continents of the world, different countries represented here, speakers that are doing the work, that speakers who understand youth and have walked the journey. They are right there with the young people. And these speakers pour knowledge. They release wisdom. And this is a well to draw from. I hope that you are ready to draw from this well this morning. We are just 1 hour into the program, and I can tell you now we are almost close to 500 viewers from different parts of the world. We have UK in the house. We have Nigeria, of course. Nigeria is in the house. Senegal is in the house. We have Peru. We have Haiti, Bangladesh, USA, Ghana, Congo DR, Nepal, Burundi, Kenya, Egypt, the Gambia, South Africa, Mexico, and Ghana, all in the house, all in one place. This is a platform that draws people from different continents of the world and different nations. We all come together. We learn together, we grow together, and together we will make impact. I am ready to welcome our next speaker from the continent of Africa and the nation of Kenya. Is Rishan in the house? Risian, are you ready for us?
Yes, hello.
Hi.
Hi. Nice
Hello,
to join
Risian.
you.
Thank you
Hello.
so much for accepting our invitation to add your voice to the dialogue today.
It's an honor.
Thank you. Risian, let me tell our viewers a little bit about you. You are an advocate of the High Court of Kenya. You worked at the Aegis office where you offered free advice. You drafted legal documents and offered free representation to women and youth. You also focus on a lot of your efforts sharing information about investments, policies, and trade. You are very passionate about development and the advancement of economic and other rights of youth and women. You are in the right place, Risian, because this forum is hosted by Global Youth Leaders Network, GYLEAN, which is a youth organization headquartered in South Africa. And in partnership with Coaches of Influence Foundation, a youth and women's organization headquartered in the USA. So welcome to the platform.
Thank you.
Our topic today, Risian, is Be the Solution. And you are going to center your presentation on investment and how it is a pillar to the solution we are seeking. So, Risian, I have a few questions for you. You are very knowledgeable about investments. Therefore, for our young people watching, what type of investments should you recommend for them to engage in?
Well, I think in my view at this point in time, in the era of COVID-19, of job losses and slowed economic growth, I think the most important investment will be in the agribusiness and agricultural production sector, because it's one of the sectors that majority of African countries are in. So according to the UN, approximately 75% of Africans rely on it for their livelihoods. So also our history, it shows that agriculture, particularly the developed agribusiness and agro-industry sector, has been the driver of economic growth in so many other countries across the globe, for example, in Brazil, in China, and a few countries in Asia. So also in Africa, agribusiness and agrobusiness, it accounts for more than 30% of national income, as well as the bulk of, export revenues and employment as well. So it's a good sector to actually plant your seeds, and watch your plants come up as you also improve yourself economically and also contribute to being a solution in SDG 8.
All right, agriculture. You have just taken us to a different level. Agriculture, food security. I love that. I hope that somebody is watching. Young people, I hope you're watching. If you have land, if you have a backyard, and you have nothing growing on the backyard in that place, and you are telling the world that you are unemployed, Risian just told you a solution. Go there and start planting something. Dig up that ground, till it, and start planting seeds in there. Because then you will be able to, very soon you'll find yourself earning income. Risian, there are so many other areas that you could have focused on, but you chose agriculture. Why is agriculture a good area to invest in?
Because I think agriculture is expected to reach $1 trillion by 2030. With the growing number of youth as well in the continent, you know, there's UN statistics that have shown by the year 2050, youth alone, African youth alone will be a quarter of the world's labor force. So there might not be enough jobs for all of us, but as the previous speakers have said, you know, being entrepreneurs and starting a business in agriculture is going to be very profitable as well. You know, due to population growth, there's going to be demand for a lot of, especially homebrewed brands that are fast becoming as household names even right now. Like for instance, in Nigeria, you have Dangote rice from Nigeria. Grown there. He's processed it and now he's selling a product. There's Akabanga paper oil from Rwanda. There's Tomako coffee from Ethiopia, and so many vegetable chains and other sauces in Kenya. We have so many people doing who are in manufacturing of sauces here. So there's going to be demand, high consumption, and, you know, concentrated spending, especially in mega cities where there are so many. There's going to be a population of, you know, over, say, even 1 billion, you know, like places like in Cairo where people are so many. They'd really require for Africans to step up, especially the youth, and be part of the solution for our problems. You cannot wait for people to come from other parts of the world to come and tell us to be able to farm, you know. And also in Africa, we have 60% of land that is arable, that is not being cultivated, yet we produce only 10% of agricultural products in the world. So therefore, it's time for us to step up and, you know, form part of the global value chains, add value to whatever products that you're going to be producing, and yeah, create employment, create, you know, economic growth. I think that's the way to go.
Thank you so much, Risian. And you know what I want to emphasize to all of our viewers in the house, those that are watching right now and those that will be watching this video later on, if you are a young person, it does not matter what continent you live in and what country you live in, whether you are in Africa, in Asia, in all the continents of the world, in the Americas, everybody can invest in farming. Everybody can invest in agriculture, whether it is raising animals, whether it is farming, whatever it is we do, we can feed the world. Young people, the agenda for 2030, it predicts that you will be the largest population in the world, which means that you are going to be the leaders, the farmers, the entrepreneurs, everything that we need in all sectors. You are going to be occupying those seats. So get ready, position yourself, get plugged in somewhere right now, get started, don't wait, because 2030 is just around the corner. It is 9 years from now, and already 1 year is gone, because next month is December, and next year we'll be entering 8 years. So get ready and get involved. Risian, when we talk about investments, it is sometimes difficult for young people, especially, it's difficult for people in general to gravitate towards this, especially for young people. They may not see the possibility of doing so. Somebody out there watching may be telling themselves, you know what, I would have loved to get involved in agriculture, but I cannot afford equipment. I cannot afford anything. I cannot afford a big land. I cannot afford to fence the land. I cannot afford to build a borehole or to the water irrigation, because we always talk ourselves out of opportunities by thinking it is impossible. So what tips can you share regarding the possibility of venturing into this agriculture investment that you talked about?
First of all, I'd say start small. You know, you always have to start from somewhere, even if it's just on your small piece of land, like you said, your backyard. Plant some strawberries, and then, you know, after that, make some jam, make some marmalade, you know, and start selling it to your neighbors. You know, just look for ways of being entrepreneurial. And another thing I think is very important is seeking and forming meaningful partnerships, you know, pulling together resources. We can come together, you, me, you from the States, me from Kenya, you know, and a few other people from different parts of the globe, and decide to pull resources together. And even after you start small, you can be able then to have a plan and approach financial institutions. There are so many programs that have been launched, for example, by the African Development Bank and, you know, by other institutions, NGOs, where you can apply for grants, where in agriculture especially, because it's something that's predicted that's going to boom, you know, post COVID-19. So I think forming those meaningful partnerships. Don't say you don't have enough capital or, you know, land. There's always land to either rent. There's communal land you can borrow. You know, talk to someone and see how that you can go about that. You know, involve other people. You don't have to go about it alone. You know, there's strength in numbers. So
That's
I
right.
know also, yes, I know we have also issues when it comes to policies, infrastructure. And there, I'd like to encourage the youth to take up leadership positions and, you know, like really lobby for change in policies. You know, most of the colonial policies that were left here were mainly, they were institutional or infrastructural. They were based or designed in extracting resources. So it's about time that the youth stood up, took leadership positions to change some of these policies to support growth in agriculture, you know, and ensuring that we bring back those processes back home in terms of now production, processing, and exporting, you know, and forming those links. And knowledge is also another issue. I mean, when we talk about exporting and importing, so many different countries have regulations. They are called sanitary and phytosanitary regulations. This can be regulations stemming around requiring products to come from disease-free zones, inspection of products to specific treatment or processing of products, setting allowable maximum levels of pesticide residues. So a lot of this information can be found online if you're interested in growing your business, your agricultural business, and forming part of the global value chains. So there are institutions that have this information online. You can also approach people like me who can, you know, give you advice on maybe what these countries require for you to export food or process, especially processed or canned foods into their countries. So yeah, a lot of this there are challenges, but they're not things that will be a very big hindrance or something that we cannot overcome as the youth.
Right. Thank you so much. One nugget I picked up from that response is that preparation will attract opportunities. Don't sit around and wait for someone to invest in you. No one will invest in you if you are not prepared. You have to have your business plan ready. You have to have your vision written down very clearly. You have to have your plan. You have to conduct research. You have the internet at your fingertips. Everybody has a phone. And everybody is online doing WhatsApp and Facebook and all the other things that we do. Use that time to research. Use that time to conduct research, find the information you need, put your documents together, get ready, get ready, get ready. When you are ready, opportunities will be attracted to you. But if you're not ready, nobody will approach you. We have a young man in one of the young men that shared their testimonial with me a few days ago, and they were telling me how they wrote their vision and they were prepared. And this is they have been talking to someone for a long time. They are in a relationship, someone who is outside of their country, and they have had a relationship, but every time they talk, it was just chatting, talking about the weather, about politics, about this and the other. And then this time around, he shared with this person that, hey, by the way, I've been working on putting together my vision for myself, for my future, a business plan, blah, blah, blah. And then, one day the guy just said, hey, are you ready with that business plan? Do you have it ready? He said, yes, I want to invest in you. And this is somebody he's been knowing. So he's been knowing this person never offered anything. But the day they started preparing, the day they started writing the vision and making it plain, they attracted an opportunity out of that same person to invest in their venture. So get ready, young people. Be prepared, be positioned. Thank you so much, Rician. Thank you for sharing such empowering knowledge with us about how to be a solution through investment. I hope I took notes. I hope somebody else did. I hope everyone took notes. We thank you so much, and we look forward to having you in the future. Keep up the good work in Kenya. Keep up the work serving youth and women and advocating for investment and advocating for the rights of women and youth. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. I hope our speakers are feeding you with knowledge and with strategies. Not only knowledge, you are receiving strategies. The topic of dialogue is Be the Solution, and it is inspired by the UN Sustainable Development Goal number 8, which focuses on education, training, and employment. Oh my goodness, I am excited. Are you? Let me see some comments. We are well over 500 viewers, going into 6 or more, and we are streaming on different platforms: Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. And I can tell you this: by the time we come your way next month, we would have had thousands and thousands and thousands of viewers of the video online on different platforms. So this is the place to be. Make an appointment, put it on your calendar every month, and plan to be here with us, because this is a well you can draw solution from. This is the well you can draw knowledge from to prepare you for the leader that you are created to be. Our final speaker is a global influencer and a voice in the continents of the world. Do we have Sir Clyde Rivers in the house?
Dr. Margaret, good to see you.
Good to have you. Good to have you, sir. Sir Clyde Rivers, you are the founder and president of I Change Nations. Sir Rivers, you are the acting representative of the United Nations, New York, for the Interfaith Peace Building Initiative, IPI. You are also the acting representative to the United Nations for the Kenya Peace Society Department of ECOSOC. You are also the global spokesperson for the World Civility Day Civility Counts Initiative. There is no way we can go through your bio on this platform. It is just a lot that you are doing. It is just so much. You, above all, Sir Clyde Rivers, you are my mentor. You are the vessel that was used to brand my work. You forwarded my first influence book, and you are also among the 17 global voices that were featured in my second influence book. We have traveled to nations together, you and I. We went on trips. You took me to tables that I would not have otherwise have access to sit with heads of states and many things. And you are just phenomenal and incredible person. And we are here on the platform of dialogue today. Sir Clyde Rivers, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Margaret.
Thank you so much. And Sir Rivers, you are a global influencer, and you work with leaders of all continents in the world and several nations in the world. So how can a young person watching you right now, listening to that biography that I just read, and going, oh my goodness, one day I want to be like Sir Clyde Rivers. How can that person watching you start their journey of becoming a world changer?
You know, Dr. Margaret, they have to understand that God's created them with an assignment. Sometimes your God assignment doesn't necessarily look like it's the assignment of God in the beginning. But if you keep walking, there's a currency in the assignment. And what happens, I'm telling you, 7.8 billion people in the world are called to solve 7.8 billion people problems. I would encourage people, your difference is where your power is.
That is profound. I hope you are listening. This is my mentor. So if you enjoy what I do on this platform, you enjoy my books, you enjoy my speaking, you enjoy everything I do, this is a well I draw from. So I encourage you to grab your notepad and draw from the same well I draw from. Sir Clyde Rivers, I am a product of your Statesman's training program. You took my husband and I under your wings for 12 months and you groomed us to become world changers. And what would you say is the value of relevant training in being a solution?
Well, let me tell you what's happening in the world now, Dr. Margaret. Data was king. Data was king. Right now, we're in a situation where information changes so fast now that the actual time something is researched, there's 2 more levels added to it. So we're in the day of innovation. We're in the day where watch this here, after COVID, everybody has to reassess the game. So we're in the entrepreneurial day of innovation, where what idea you have that makes the most sense will drive the engine forward.
That is so powerful. I can listen to that all day. And our topic today is Be the Solution. It is derived from Sustainable Development Goal number 8. How can a young person position himself or herself to make sustainable impact?
Let me give you, man, this is the powerful thing is the institutions of the world, the AU, the UN, African Union, they are based off brand new solutions. Every individual, every government in the world runs by the ideas of people. Let me give you a quick example. The like taxi industry was interrupted by Uber. Uber had a better idea. That idea changed the policy. So I would encourage every young person with your actual innovation that solves a problem. You can't see Dr. Margaret, part of the challenge is this. You have to make sure that education doesn't institutionalize you not to use your creativity. Allow education as a platform to empower your assignment. Because watch this, Dr. Margaret, many times your assignment isn't validated by the systems. You make your assignment valid. Coaches of influence, that idea is now valid, but guess what? It was an idea in your mind. And you took the idea of coaches of influence, and now it's valid because you've created validation. And if you don't mind, I'm just going to go somewhere real quick. We have to teach our people that a God idea makes you number one. A God idea is patent from heaven. And when you get that patent from heaven, if you're patient to watch it grow, and also like the one guy said, work on the skills, study the skills in the natural, but bring your idea to the table as a number one, and you own the validation for the idea, so people pay you for the idea now.
You know what? We could stay here all day. You know that, right? You know, you and I can stay here all day. Sir Clyde Rivers, you are not just a well, you are an ocean of wealth, of knowledge. Do you have any final words? We have youth logging in. Let me tell you how many countries are in the house. We have Peru, Senegal, UK, South Sudan, Equatorial Guinea, Nigeria, Haiti, Bangladesh, USA, Ghana, Mexico, South Africa, the Gambia, Egypt, Kenya, Burundi, Nepal, Congo DR, and the ones that we haven't captured in the last few moments. We have so many people logged in right now. They're all tuning in. By the time we come back next month, we would have had thousands of views of our videos on all the different platforms. From August, we had more than 10,000 views. By the time we came back in September, by the time we came back, we had well over 9,000 views. So we have so many thousands of views of this video going all over the world in different continents. There is a young woman right now in a very remote village in Africa sitting on a tree or under a tree with their phone on and watching us live. So we want you to speak to their heart. Do you have any words of encouragement for anyone, young and old, on this platform right now watching us or who will be watching us in the future about being the solution? Don't sit around and make yourself a victim. You are not a victim. You are a victor. So I want you to just set this place on fire, light up this place and ignite something in us right now, Sir Clyde.
Let me tell you, the fact that you're born means there's a God assignment. God created you with an idea to solve. That's 7.8 billion people are called to solve 7.8 billion people problems. I would encourage you to that idea, because hear this, the actual leader is really not the one that has 1,000 people following. The real leader is the one that owns the information paradigm, and people call you as the expert. Everyone out there, you have been given a God assignment. Not one person that exists in this world is not put here for an assignment. Stick to your assignment and be patient, because hear this, your assignment has a divine timing to it. I wanted to be great in the 90s. Well, God had my voice created for 2020. So you get the preparation you need and stay with the assignment, because God's assignment in you is not time dated. It lives on and on and on. So people, I encourage every one of you out there, ask God what you're designed for, and it'll walk you through a quarantine. I tell people, Dr. Margaret, faith is not quarantined. Faith cannot be quarantined. Now, God will give you that assignment. He'll give you faith. And don't be afraid to take the first step, because when you do, there's another step that follows. So I encourage you all, find your assignment, get in alignment, and impact this world economically with the contribution from heaven you're ordained to bring to the earth. Thank you, Dr. Margaret.
Thank you so much, Sir Clyde Rivers. I would just like to add, he emphasized a lot on finding your assignment. He emphasized a lot on finding that God vision, that God dream. You know, sometimes that doesn't come easily. Sometimes it doesn't just come by you reading a book or sleeping and waking up. Sometimes it comes when you partner, when you take somebody as your leader, when you allow someone to bring you along their journey, to teach you, to open your eyes to things that you cannot see. So you need to allow someone to stir your belly so that you can look deep inside and see what you carry on the inside. Sir Clyde just shared with us here, I had a God idea. It was sitting, locking somewhere in the dark. But when I encountered him, and he was able to stir that belly, he was able to say, look, you are more than what you are. You are more than what you are doing. You need to do more. And he pushed, he stretched us. My husband and I, we met regularly. We paid money. We invested for this man to spend time with us. And you have to invest in yourself to awake that God idea. Nothing great comes for free. You have to invest. You need to invest in training. You need to embrace learning. Learning is supposed to bring you out of a place and take you to a new place. And I like what you said about education. It is education brings us out of a place of ignorance into a place of knowledge. And once you grab the knowledge, run with it. Run with the idea. Slack-eyed Rivers, continue to change nations and transform lives. On behalf of COIF and Guyleen, I thank you for accepting the invitation to grace us with your presence. This is a man who meets with presidents all over the continents of the world. It is not easy to have you on this platform. So we appreciate you. And right now, more than 700 people are watching you. more than 700 people right now in this moment are hearing your voice. And by the time we come back next month, you will see thousands of viewers from all over the world who are going to be blessed and who are going to receive this knowledge that you have shared. Thank you. I believe you have impacted many people today with your wisdom. We'd like to thank you, and we will surely have you back.
Thank you so much, Doctor. Thank you.
Thank you. Viewers, oh my goodness, thank you for being with us today. We are ready to roll the red carpet. But before we go, before we do that, we will bring Karen back. Karen, are you in the house? We will bring Karen back one more time to usher us out with a very beautiful performance. Karen, we are all ears.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so glad to be here. And well, this is Me Quiero Enamorar. That means I want to fall in love. Okay.
All right, take it away. All right, Karen, I was expecting you to. Do you want to give us a short song too as we go? Just a short, beautiful song. A song as beautiful as you are.
Oh, thank you so much. You're beautiful.
You're welcome.
Okay, you want me to sing something?
Yeah, sing something.
Okay.
Maybe in Spanish or in Portuguese. That would be beautiful.
That's a great idea. Let me see. Okay, I'm just gonna sing in English, okay? I can't think of something.
Go right ahead. Go right ahead.
I was scared of dentists in the dark. I was scared of pretty girls and starting conversations. All my friends are turning green. You're the magician's assistant in the dreams. And they come and start. Lady, running down to the riptide, taking away to the dark side. I wanna be your left-hand man. I love you when you're singing that song. And I got a lump in my throat 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong. There's this movie that I think you'd like. This guy decides to quit his job and heads to New York City. This cowboy's running from himself, and she's been living on the highest shelf. And they come and start. Lady, running got a lump in my throat, 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong.
All right, Karen Bastida from the great nation of Mexico. You are an amazing, multi-talented young lady with a very beautiful spirit. We can feel that spirit through the airwaves. Thank you so much for sharing your gifts with us today, and we wish you all the best of luck in your journey. Thank you, Karen. We love you.
Thank you. I love you guys too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Viewers, speakers, and performers, thank you so much for adding your voices through comments, through sharing of the link, and contributions to this dialogue. The Leading Edge Impact Youth Forum is a monthly event which is intended to bring key players in youth development from different continents and countries to the platform to impart knowledge in the youth, to provide them with direction and plan the vision of a sustainable world in them. We heard from Karen. She opened us up. Karen shared with us what she's doing to become a solution in her generation. And we talked to Dora from Mexico, Dora Isabel Gonzalez Ayala. We talked to her from Mexico, who's doing a great work in the nation of Mexico in SDGs. She has been recognized by institutions for her work and her contribution to development and sustainability. And Dora talked to us about a sustainable world and how we can use education as a solution. Then we heard from Mohammed Rahman from Bangladesh, who shared a lot of relevant tools in how to prepare and plan for a career as means of being a solution. He gave us several tools. Then we heard from Dora from Ghana with her poem. And she talked about peace and how peace is crying and peace is calling our name. Then Mr. Roger came and talked to us about entrepreneurship and opened our eyes to the realities of that industry. Then the bar continued to be raised even higher as Risian talked so passionately about investments and farming, agriculture as a means of creating a solution for our world. Then Sir Clyde Rivers added the bow to the package with his great insights regarding training and global impact. This was well worth our time. Would you say that? If you agree with me, I want to see thumbs up, high five, hearts. This was well worth our time. And we have viewers from different continents and countries watching us right now. In fact, let me give you a quick update of where we are with viewer statistics. We have Burkina Faso, Pakistan, Rwanda, Equatorial Guinea, South Sudan, UK, Senegal, Peru, Nigeria, Haiti, Congo DR, Nepal, Burundi, Kenya, Egypt, the Gambia, South Africa, Mexico, Ghana, USA, Bangladesh, and Haiti. These are all the countries that we have captured. This is not all the countries that are online. These are just the ones we have captured. So this is what we do here. Every week, we have all these people from different countries of the world connected to this well of wisdom. And they come to draw. And I hope you have drawn wisdom. I hope you have drawn knowledge. I hope that you have your answers, the answers to the questions you've been asking yourself. Thank you so much for your commitment to join the two organizations on this journey of sustainable impact. Listen, young people, every human being, like Dr. Sir Clyde Rivers said, every human being is created to solve a problem. So we want to equip you to utilize your full potential by providing you with the tools to become problem solvers. Guyleen and COIF desire to build the cognitive capabilities of the young people who are watching us from all countries and continents of the world and to become problem solvers. That is why we focus on building your knowledge base, because it is true that no one can rise above the knowledge that you acquire. Nobody can ever rise above the knowledge that you acquire. The height of your knowledge is the height of your success. So you rise up high, you acquire more knowledge, you are well on your way to making a difference. The dialogue at this platform is designed to help you shift your thinking. We don't want you to come here month after month the same. We want you to start changing. We want you to start thinking, shift your thinking patterns and shape your character for sustainable leadership, because 2030 is upon us, and we are looking up to the youth, to the young population, to take up key leadership roles in every aspect of society. And to do that, you cannot do that in the wrong mindset. You have to shift your thinking pattern. You have to shape your character, because character has destroyed many leaders. If you are the best leader in the world and your character does not match your position, you are going to ruin that opportunity. So we want you to shape your character. This is what we are doing on this platform, shifting your thinking pattern, shaping your character for sustainable leadership. So don't sit around and wait for the solution. Don't shift the blame on the government or the economy. Be the solution. Find your place in your nation. Find your place in your community. Find your place in your society. Find your place somewhere. Get plugged in. Don't sit around and wait for somebody to give you the solution. The solution is in you, because Sir Clyde Rivers told us we are created. If we have the number of people in the world, are the number of problem solvers in the world. So if you are here and you can hear me, you are living, you are breathing. No matter what circumstances surround you, you are a solution. And I hope that we have inspired you enough. You are the hope of our world. You have the answer to our questions, and you carry the touch of light to light up our world. We are counting on you. Coaches of Influence Foundation and Global Youth Leaders Network are focused on designing and implementing programs that are focused on shifting the thinking patterns and shaping you for a better future, a better life. We are so grateful that you joined us today. Join us in the next dialogue. It's coming up very soon. It's on Saturday, December 19th. Same time, same location, same platform. And until we come your way again, we would like to thank you for supporting this platform. We would like to thank you for supporting the vision. We would like to thank you for working with us. And we want to challenge you. We want to charge you. We have an update here before we release you. Qatar is in the house. Congo, Nepal, Burundi, Kenya, Egypt, the Gambia, South Africa is in the house. Mexico is in the house. Ghana, Burkina Faso, Pakistan, Rwanda, Equatorial Guinea, South Sudan, UK, Senegal, Peru, Nigeria, Haiti, Bangladesh, USA, Ghana. We are all in the house together. This is just what we've captured. We have so many viewers, I have lost count. We are going to have so many viewers between now and December. If your friend missed it, send them the link. If somebody missed it, share it on your page and encourage them to watch, because they need to hear what was shared on this platform today. Until we come your way again, we would like to thank you for your support, and we want to commission you. Go and be the solution. Thank you.